Imagine you've got an incredible idea for a new product, but before you jump in, you need to make sure it's something your customers want, that you can build it, and it will be profitable. Addressing risks and uncertainties in your SaaS platform goes beyond mere mitigation. It's an opportunity for strategic growth and resilience. By proactively identifying and managing potential challenges, you position your SaaS platform for long-term success. In the last video, I've mentioned that when testing your business idea, you need to break it down into smaller chunks of testable hypotheses. These hypotheses should cover 3 types of risk. This is where understanding desirability, feasibility, and viability comes into play. For desirability, think about how Slack validated their idea by inviting a small group of users to test their communication tool. Next, we'll talk about feasibility. The founders of Warby Parker tested the concept of selling glasses online by offering home trials. And finally, viability. Pebble used Kickstarter to gauge if people would pay for their smartwatch before it was even developed. Throughout this video, you will learn practical techniques to test these aspects and see real-world examples of how successful companies have navigated these challenges. Let's start with desirability risk. This is about confirming whether there is a real demand for your product. One effective way to test this is through customer interviews and surveys. For instance, Dropbox initially validated their idea with an explainer video that showcased the concept. Even before having a fully functional product, they garnered interest and sign-ups, proving desirability of their solution. Testing for desirability is crucial because it directly impacts your potential market size and customer acquisition strategy. If you don't verify that your target audience genuinely wants your solution, you risk building a product that fails to gain traction. Take Instagram, for example. They initially started as a check-in app called Bourbon, but through user feedback, they discovered that photo sharing was the feature users were most excited about. These insights led them to pivot and focus solely on photo sharing, which became the foundation of their massive success. Another practical approach is creating a landing page that describes your product and includes a call to action such as signing up for a newsletter or pre-ordering. This method allows you to measure interest and gather emails of potential customers who are eager to learn more. For instance, Buffer tested their idea of a simple landing page to see if people were interested in scheduling social media posts. The positive response validated the desirability of their product and gave them the confidence to build a fully fledged app. You can also use tools like Google Trends or social media listening to measure interest in your problem area or solution. This data helps you understand if people are talking about similar issues and whether there's a buzz around your proposed solution. Next, we have feasibility risk. This involves ensuring that you can actually build and deliver your product. A classic example is Zappos. To test their feasibility, they started by manually fulfilling orders from local shoe stores before investing in full inventory system. This low-cost approach helped them validate their ability to deliver before scaling up. Feasibility risk is all about understanding whether your team has technical and operational capability to execute your vision. It's not enough to have a desirable product. You must also be able to build and deliver it efficiently and reliably. When Airbnb founders tested their concept, they manually managed bookings and hosted guests in their own apartment. This hands-on approach provided invaluable insights into logistical and customer service challenges they would need to address at scale. Another effective way to test feasibility is by creating a minimum viable product, MVP. An MVP allows you to build a simplified version of your product with just enough features to satisfy early adopters. This approach helps you validate the core functionality and gather user feedback without the cost and effort of developing a full feature product. Wondering how much an MVP might cost? And if it's possible to build one for $10,000? Don't miss out our exciting video on this topic. Click here to find out practical and effective ways to kickstart your MVP journey. When the team behind Dropbox wanted to validate their idea, they created a video demonstrating the software functionality rather than building the product. The positive feedback and sign-ups they received confirmed that they were on the right track. Feasibility also includes validating your supply chain and operational processes. For instance, if your SaaS platform relies on third-party integrations, you need to ensure these integrations work seamlessly. Conducting technical feasibility studies and running small-scale tests can help you to identify potential roadblocks and address them early. Lastly, consider the scalability of your solution. It's crucial to think about whether your current processes and technology stack can handle growth. Spotify had to ensure their streaming infrastructure could handle millions of users before they scaled globally. They ran extensive tests and gradually increased their user base to manage and optimize performance under load. Finally, let's talk about viability risk. This is about making sure you can generate enough revenue to sustain your business. To test this, you can use a mock sale. For instance, you might create a high-fidelity prototype of your product and attempt to sell it online. Track how many people click to purchase and gather feedback on pricing. This helps you understand whether your pricing strategy will work in the real market. Viability risk addresses the financial health and sustainability of your business model. Ensuring you can make a profit is crucial for long-term success. Take Groupon as an example. They initially tested their business model by offering a simple deal-of-the-day service and manually tracking interest and purchases. This approach validated their ability to generate revenue and gave them insight into customer behavior and pricing preferences. To effectively test viability, consider the following approaches: pre-orders and crowdfunding. Platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo allow you to test whether people are willing to pay for your product before you fully develop it. It not only provides validation, but also early revenue to fund development. Pebble, the smartwatch company, successfully used Kickstarter to validate demand and raise funds, which played a crucial role in their initial growth. Pricing experiments. Run A/B tests with different pricing tiers to see what customers are willing to pay. This can be done through landing pages, emails, or within your MVP. For example, when LinkedIn introduced its premium subscription, they experimented with various pricing models and features to find the optimal balance that maximizes revenue and user adoption. Cost structure analysis. Ensure you have a clear understanding of your costs and how they scale with your business. This includes development, customer acquisition, operations, and support. For instance, Uber's viability depends heavily on understanding the cost of scaling their ride-sharing platform, including driver incentives, marketing, and regulatory compliance. Revenue streams. Identify and validate multiple revenue streams if possible. This diversification can help ensure business viability. Slack offers both free and paid versions of their product, with paid versions providing additional features and services that drive revenue. Customer lifetime value versus customer acquisition cost. Ensure that the lifetime value of your customer exceeds the cost to acquire them. This metric is crucial in SaaS businesses. If your acquisition cost is too high relatively to your value, your business model may not be sustainable. SaaS companies like HubSpot continuously monitor and optimize the ratio to ensure long-term viability. By testing and validating these aspects, you can ensure that your SaaS platform not only attracts users, but also generates sufficient revenue to sustain and grow your business. Here are some practical steps you can follow to validate your SaaS platform idea. Identify and prioritize hypotheses. List out all the assumptions about your business and prioritize the most critical ones. Focus on desirability, feasibility, and viability risk first. For example, if you are developing a new project management tool, you may start by hypothesizing that small businesses will find the value in a feature that integrates with their existing email system. Run small experiments. Start with cheap and quick experiments like landing page tests, surveys, and prototype demos. For instance, you could create a simple landing page that describes your tool and ask visitors to sign up for newsletter. This helps you check interest without building the full product. Another example is using wireframes to get early feedback from potential users before investing in development. Gather and analyze data. Use analytics tools to track user behavior and feedback. Look for patterns that validate or refute your hypothesis. For example, track how many visitors sign up on your landing page, how many complete survey, or how many users engage with your prototype. Tools like Google Analytics, Hotjar, or Mixpanel can provide insight into user interactions and preferences. Iterate and adapt. Based on the data, refine your product and business model. If you learn that certain features are more desirable or certain price points are more attractive, adapt your strategy accordingly. This iterative approach ensures you are constantly learning and improving. For example, if user feedback indicates that a specific feature is confusing, you can iterate on the design to improve usability before full-scale launch. Use real-life examples. Look at companies that have successfully validated their ideas. Airbnb started by renting out air mattresses in their apartment to test the idea of a home-sharing platform. Their initial manual operations validated the concept and provided insight that shaped their business model. Similarly, Buffer tested their idea with a simple landing page to see if people were interested in scheduling social media posts. These examples show that you don't need a fully built product to start validating your ideas. Leverage customer feedback. Direct interaction with potential customers can provide invaluable insights. Conduct interviews, send out surveys, and engage with users through social media. For example, when Dropbox launched, they used a simple explainer video to describe the service and gathered emails of interest users, validating the hypothesis that people needed an easy way to store and share files. Test multiple hypotheses. Don't rely on single experiment. Run multiple tests to gather comprehensive evidence. For instance, if you're testing a new SaaS tool, you might at the same time run a survey to understand feature preferences, a landing page to gauge interest, and email campaign to measure engagement. This multifaceted approach provides a robust validation of your ideas. Remember, the goal is to gather enough evidence to make informed decisions about your business direction. Validation is not a one-time task, but an ongoing process that helps you align your product with market needs and ensure long-term success. In conclusion, validating your SaaS platform idea is a critical step that can save you time, money, and effort. By testing your hypothesis around desirability, feasibility, and viability, you can move forward with confidence. Remember, it's all about reducing risk and uncertainty. Let's recap the key points. Understand and prioritize your business hypothesis. Break down your big idea into smaller, testable assumptions. Test desirability risk. Ensure there is a market demand for your product by engaging directly with potential customers. Test feasibility risk. Verify that you can build and deliver your product efficiently and effectively. Test viability risk. Confirm that your business model can generate sufficient revenue to be sustainable. Run practical experiments. Use landing pages, MVPs, mock sales, and more to gather actionable data. Learn from real-life examples. Study successful companies that have validated their ideas effectively. By following these steps, you will build a robust foundation for your SaaS platform, making it more likely to succeed in a competitive market. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tips on building a successful SaaS business. Your support helps us create more content to help entrepreneurs like you. And if you have any questions or need further guidance, drop a comment below. Let's turn your innovative ideas into a successful venture.